In this next section, we talk about people that have ambitions and career goals that they want to achieve. Not everyone wants to work for themselves, and in fact, most people don't. But there are real skills and techniques that we can learn depending on what it is that you want to achieve and who you want to replicate that will genuinely help you achieve that next step. So one of the ways that we do that, and we do it again on page 28 if you have the latest kind of textbook, is to almost look at people that you respect within industry. Are there people that you follow? It could be famous people, it could be people within your network, it could even be a former boss or a colleague. If you can, list some of these down. Next, we actually go on to what is it that makes this person successful? What is it that you actually like and respect about this person? There is a reason why we do this, and it's all to do with how, when we mentioned before about how success leaves clues, the more that you can really understand people that you respect, try and figure out why do you respect them, and actually then when we have those character traits and the things that we like and respect, these are things that we can then look to emulate and replicate within your own actions and behaviors that I promise will make a really big difference. One great example could be that if you had a manager or a boss in the past that was really well respected by the team, they always turned up on time, they stayed late, they gave mentoring, they looked after people. If someone was sick, they gave them the day off and asked if they were okay. They genuinely cared about their team and their families. They shared openly the challenges that the business or department was going through, but also celebrated other people and respected good performance. And they also maybe didn't stab people in the back or put pressure on people or whichever. The idea is that all of those things are things that you can replicate so that when you get to that point in your career, be someone that asks about your team, ask about their family, identify the character traits which you see as being positive, and these are things that you can replicate in your own behavior that I promise over time will help you become that person, if not more successful than what that person has done. And this is a really good technique to start to articulate and define the person in your career that you want to become, or for any entrepreneurs or anyone that wants to start their own business. If you have sports people or business people that you really respect, what is it that you really loved about what they did? I'm a big sports fan. Kobe Bryant is one of my idols, and people talk about how his work ethic and dedication was just second to none. And the truth is, it worked and it paid off and it was infectious. That I really bring that with me as well, so that I am not Kobe Bryant, but I love and embrace working hard, but also I learn lots of different things from different people. But the idea is there are lots of skills that you can learn from other people that will really help you almost just get better. One example I also love to give as well is that I had a boss about 5 years ago, and I hated the guy. I just didn't like him. We didn't get on. But one thing that I really respected was actually that when he had a presentation, he would practice and he would walk up and down his room and we'd go through the speech and we would learn and improve and practice and practice. And that is what all of the techniques and people tell you should do, but most people don't. But the point is, almost any boss or leader that you've had in the past, there might be some character traits that you want to grow and emulate when you do that, so that now in my own career, I try and put in the same time and dedication that that person did, because I've almost identified what made them successful, what made them a great speaker, that I wanted to use that to improve. Go through and just help identify different people in your career that you respect, that you admire. Have a think about why did you like them? Why did you respect them? Break this down again to the character traits. And these are things that then, as we go through, you can look to replicate and build into your own life. And they don't have to be huge things. But as we go through this module, I promise it should come together to really help you figure out how to reach that next step in your career. The other reason why this is really important for careers particularly is that if you have dreams and ambitions to work in a global corporation like a Citigroup or an Apple or a Tesla, there are things that we need to do to help you get that job. As simple as research what jobs come up in those companies, what are they hiring for, what is their process, what skills do you need, and actually how do you apply. That when we come on to a technique called lead actions, which is how we do all of these steps to help you get closer to the goal, it's really important. But if one of your answers was that you wanted to become the CEO of Tesla, There might be lots of things that you need to do to really identify, for one, what skills does that person have? Where do they work? Do they promote from within? So that it might be that as part of your plan, maybe as well as your business education and your career background, is to start identifying and applying for jobs at Tesla to work through and get to that point. But the idea is that you will have some people that have ambitions to work for large multinationals, but they never actually applied for a job at one. And it's these things that the more we can get down on paper, your aims, goals, and ambitions, either for your business or career, I promise it will make a huge difference.